Lord, I'm trying. I really am. But I feel like I'm being punished for my integrity. My roommate lied on his taxes and just bought a Tesla. My cousin cheated on his startup's funding and he's on the cover of a magazine. And here I am holding a clean conscience and a bank account that can barely pay rent. Is the abundant life you promised just a metaphor for being a happy loser?
You feel like you are standing still while the world is a blur of motion. You're afraid that while you wait for the right way, the fast way is leaving you behind forever.
Exactly. It feels like your word is a speed limiter. I see a door open, a chance to get ahead by just bending the truth a little, and I hear your spirit say, stay. But everyone else is running through those doors. Why does your path feel like a funeral for my ambitions?
Do you know the difference between a wild vine and a pruned vineyard, Adam? The wild vine grows everywhere. It's fast. It covers the walls, it chokes the trees. It looks successful because it's everywhere. But its fruit is small, sour, and useless.
At least it's growing. At least it's not a stump.
But the vineyard owner prunes the chosen vine. He cuts it back until it looks like a stump. To the wild vine, the pruned one looks like a failure. It looks limited. But because its energy is focused, because it stays within the trellis, it produces the heavy, sweet grapes that make the king's wine. I am not limiting your growth, Adam. I am focusing your fruitfulness. Do you want to be everywhere and taste like nothing? Or be somewhere and taste like heaven?
But the FOMO is real, Lord. I see them experiencing things I'll never afford if I stay on this path. I feel like I'm walking a tightrope while they have the whole ground to run on.
You think they are on solid ground, but look closer. If you were on the roof of that building, would you be more free if there were no railings at the edge? Would you run faster if the edge was invisible?
No, I'd be paralyzed by fear. I'd stay in the center.
Exactly. My laws are the railings on the skyscraper. Without them, you aren't free to explore. You are too terrified to move because one wrong step is total destruction. People think the jungle rules give them the whole world, but they spend their lives looking down in fear, wondering when the ground will vanish. I give you boundaries so that you can dance on the edge of life without falling into the abyss.
So, the things I think I'm missing out on
are often the very things that would have consumed you. Remember the Israelites? They missed the meat pots of Egypt. They had FOMO for their own slavery because the desert felt too slow. But the desert was the only place I could turn slaves into a nation. Don't envy the speed of the wicked. A weed grows in a night and dies in a day. An oak tree takes a century, but it stands for 1,000 years. Are you building a weed, or are you growing an oak?
I want to be the oak. I'm tired of trying to keep up with the weeds.
Then stay in the water of my word. Let the world rush by. When the storms come, and they will, the weeds will be gone. But you will still be standing.